Hi, today I'm talking to you about sentence construction. Now, sentence construction is really important because if you put a sentence together in the wrong way, then your English will sound clunky. In today's lesson, I'm going to be talking about blocks. And if we put the blocks in the right order, then our sentence will be perfect and our English will sound amazing. If you would like to win an online lesson with me, free of charge, all you have to do is watch the video and in the comments section, tell me what name we give to words like always, sometimes, never, and usually. Let's start the lesson. With the sentence, I am 17, we cannot really go wrong. We only have 3 words. However, with the sentence, I am turning 18 on Tuesday is the time, and we can either put the time at the end of the sentence, I'm turning 18 on Tuesday, or at the beginning of the sentence, on Tuesday, I'm turning 18. The same applies with the sentence, I am seeing my friend at the weekend. At the weekend is the time. We can either put the time at the end of the sentence, I'm seeing my friend at the weekend, or at the beginning of the sentence, at the weekend, I'm seeing my friend. Of course, we can say I am or I'm seeing my friend. We can say I'm celebrating my birthday on Tuesday, or on Tuesday, I'm celebrating my birthday. So the when block goes either at the end of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. With the sentence, I'm celebrating my birthday, I am the subject, I am celebrating, that's the verb. What am I celebrating? I'm celebrating my birthday, and this is the direct object. So let's give the direct object its own block because the direct object is very important. So I am the subject, I'm celebrating, that's the verb, my birthday, which is the direct object. In this sentence, I'm seeing my friend. I am the subject and my friend is the direct object. So my friend is not a what, my friend is a whom. We use the word whom when we are not talking about the subject. If we're talking about the subject, then we say, who is seeing my friend? I am seeing my friend. But for all other parts of the sentence, we use whom. Well, some people do. That's what we're supposed to do. Whether we do it or not is a different issue. I'm seeing my friend. My friend is the direct object. So in the sentence, I'm celebrating my birthday with some friends at the weekend. With some friends is the how block. I could also say on my own or with my sister. The how block goes in front of the when block. Or, of course, the when block can always go at the beginning of the sentence. So I can either say, I'm celebrating my birthday with some friends at the weekend, or at the weekend, I'm celebrating my birthday with some friends. And finally, I want to introduce the where block. So I am celebrating my birthday, where, how, when. Where am I celebrating my birthday? At our house. How am I celebrating it? With some friends. When am I celebrating it? At the weekend. Subject, verb, direct object, and then where, how, when. And of course, we do not have a where, how, when, or even a direct object in every sentence. But if we do, this is the order that we need to use in order to make our English sound wonderful. So I can say, I'm celebrating my birthday at our house with some friends at the weekend. Or I can put the time at the beginning of the sentence and I can say, at the weekend, I'm celebrating my birthday at our house with some friends. What I would like you to notice about these blocks is that when we are intonating a sentence, where we are working out where to put the focus onto the words in the sentence, in each block we have a wave, just like in the sea. And so in the first sentence, we would say, I'm celebrating my birthday at our house with some friends at the weekend. You would not say, I'm celebrating my birthday at our house with some friends at the weekend. You would want your sentence to flow beautifully so that people are interested in what you are saying. So I'm celebrating my birthday at our house with some friends at the weekend, just like the waves in the sea. Or at the weekend, I'm celebrating my birthday at our house with some friends. Now we've looked at the subject, verb, direct object, and the where, how, when blocks. The final thing that we need to consider is adverbs of frequency. Now, an adverb of frequency is the name that we give to words like always or never or usually or often. And these words show us how often we do something. So I could say, I always celebrate my birthday at the weekend, or I never celebrate my birthday at the weekend. I usually celebrate my birthday at the weekend, or I often celebrate my birthday at the weekend. The adverb of frequency always goes in front of the verb. If the verb is one word, and if the verb is not from the verb to be or can, then things work differently. If the verb is a compound verb, which means it has two words in it, or sometimes more, then we would put always in the middle. But that is a lesson for another day. I hope that you've enjoyed today's lesson and that you've learned something. Remember, if you would like to win an online lesson with me for free, all you have to do is write down the name that we give to words like always, usually, often, or never in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.